everybody? What it do? Welcome back to another vid by your boy Joe Van, aka the Oat Man. And today we're going to be doing something I said I was done with. I said I'm done. I'm over them. However, throughout the weeks and months, even years, can't remember the last time I did one, I've come across random posts people have made about super weird and obscure tier lists. And over all that time, I, kind of collected those ideas and put them to the side and was like, I'm not going to do any more. But if I were to do another one, it'd be interesting to do that one. So finally, it's just kind of all collapsed in on itself. And I figured, okay, I'm going to do one more. All right, I caved to the addiction of tier lists. However, I'm not going to be doing a series or a collection of them. I'm just going to do them all in this one video. So without any further ado, it's time to dive in to a marathon of tier list madness with your boy, Joe Van. Okay, so straight off the front, we got an interesting one. I figured I'd like to dip my toes in before I get into some of the crazier ones, and that is a tier list of colors. The color palettes are sectioned off in threes. Black and white just literally look like black and white. I'm sure there's subtle differences between each of those little dots, but nonetheless. So I think black is very cool. It's not a color, it's a shade, but nonetheless, it goes in S tier because black just goes with anything. Blue, so apparently blue is flattering on me, and for that reason, I'll put it pretty high up. I'm gonna put it in A. You got beautiful blue lakes, blue skies. Blue's a good color. Okay, now you got the salt of the earth. You got brown and all different forms of it. Beige, what have you. I'm gonna put this one in B. It's a respectable B. Brown can go with a lot of things. Moving on, you got green. Green is my favorite color, so that's gonna go up with S tier. That's an easy S. When you think of green, you think of life. You think of the foliage of trees. You think of grass. You think of nothing but beautiful things. Some people think of slime and ooze and gangrene. I don't know if that's the color green, but some people can think of sickness. However, for me, even with marshes, that's still beautiful to look at, just not beautiful to walk in. Moving on, we have gray. Again, not a color, it's a shade, but I digress. Gray, it's good. It's very useful, you know? However, but what do we make of it? I don't know. I'm going to put it in C. Not because I don't respect gray, I don't know how it stands as far as beauty goes. Now, we have this interesting little palette. I don't know what I'd call this. It's blue mixed with purple? I don't know. I'm going to put it with C. I don't really know what to think of this one. Now, we have the off greens. Off greens, it kind of... I mean, it is different, but it looks very similar. I'm going to put it with B. I prefer this green palette over this one for reasons unknown. Maybe it's because of how, like, highlighter these ones are, you know? Kind of, it hurts my eyes to look at. Now we have orange. Orange. Oh, I could tell you, boy, I could put orange in F right now. I've been cursed with the color orange for a long time. And yet now, as you can see, I'm rocking a lot of orange. I got a pumpkin behind me. There's orange going on in my life. So times have changed, but childhood me, teenager me, would put orange in F. However, I've grown as a person, I've matured, and so I'm gonna respect orange. I'm gonna put orange in B, okay? Now we're moving on to, I don't know what I would call this one. Magenta. Magenta, you're okay. The pastels are in, so for that reason, yeah, I'm gonna put this in C. Next we got purple. Purple is cool, man. I play Halo, okay? Purple's the color of aliens. There's other mixtures here, like there's some that you might consider a little magenta, or just lighter purple, I guess. My girlfriend loves purple. It's her favorite color. And with me, I think purple's good. Honestly, I'm gonna put purple in A tier. Purple's pretty dope, I'm not gonna lie. You can do a lot with it. You can combine purple with other colors. Okay, now I don't know what we're walking into. This is a mix between orange and red. It's a rust. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. This one is not speaking to me. This is gonna be the first D. And from that, you have red. Red is cool. I'm gonna put red in A. Especially as like a boy, black and red, that just works. Next, you have teal. At least I assume so. This is a combo of blue and green. I liked teal a lot when I was younger. Nowadays, not so much. I'm gonna put teal in C. Okay, next we have white. White goes in S. It's extremely versatile. It's just good. What more can you say? The shade is in.
I got the suspect.
Next we have the color yellow. Yellow has never been my color. However, yellow just equals happiness. It's a hard thing to describe, other than just that song by Coldplay. So I'm gonna put it in B. It's very good. It's very light, very happy. And there we go. That has been colors. Okay, I'm gonna save this bad boy and we're moving on. I need a title to get out of here. I'm gonna spell colors the Canadian way. Next, we have breakfast items. That's right. Let's start with egg. Egg is good. Egg is quintessential. However, is egg the best? I'm gonna say yes. Egg has cholesterols or something. I don't know what the science behind egg is. They say with egg, used to be part of every good breakfast. Nowadays, they say not so much. An egg is like a potato. You can shape it to your will. So, for that reason, I'm going to put it in God tier, S. Next, we have bacon. Bacon is bad, yet delicious. All that salt, all that fat. Ooh, it's good. If it was different forms, maybe I'd put it lower, but just the classic bacon strip, I gotta put it in S. I'm sorry. It's the only red meat that I unashamedly love. Even steak, I could choose fish over steak. But bacon, there is no substitute. Next, we have a bagel. That's a very unappetizing looking bagel, but nonetheless, bagels are good if you can put cream cheese on it. Otherwise, I don't know. Honestly, I'm gonna put it in C tier. Sorry, bagel. Next, we have cereal. As a kid, cereal was my thing. Nowadays, it ain't even close. Ooh, drop that boy in D. That's right. Okay, this is not your grandpa's tier list. This ain't colors anymore. I'm gonna be harsh with it. Cinnabon, it's not a breakfast item. I think I've only ever had Cinnabons in the late afternoon. So this is kind of weird seeing it here, to be honest with you. This is messing with my head a little. But it's delicious. I'm gonna put it in B. Croissants, honestly, they go all the way up in S. I love croissants. From that, we have donuts. Again, donuts are not breakfast items. I have donuts at 4 p.m. and they're just candy. So I think I'm gonna make a rule for myself right now that any of the candied items won't go above B. So I'm gonna put it right there, B. Now, hash browns, get out of here, man. Hash browns S. This is weird that nothing's an A yet, but oh god, man, hash brown's a goat. Okay, so now we have something super weird. I'm getting British vibes from whatever the heck this is. Like, I have no idea what I'm looking at. Is this, it just looks like dried bits of bread. I don't know what, like, I'm a savory kind of guy, but I just don't know what this is. I'm gonna put it in C, cautiously. Okay, now we got muffins. I've eaten muffins. I'm gonna put muffins in B, next to all the candied stuff. Okay, here it comes, pancakes. Yo, pancakes are delicious. We don't have crepes in this, so upon choosing pancakes, I will include crepes in the mix. Will it break through that rule I just made? No, but they are delicious. They're going in B. Now, sausages. No, not a breakfast item. I've eaten them for breakfast plenty of time, but it's just because I'm like a dog. I'm not picky when it comes to food. I'll just put anything in my mouth. But like, no. Why is this a breakfast thing? It's probably just a breakfast thing because back in the Wild West, hundreds of years ago, it was the only option people had just because it preserved well. It's not a breakfast item. I don't know what people are thinking. Now we got Fruit Loops. That's the same as cereal. Weekend, eh? Bread is complimentary, but it's not the main thing. I'm gonna put it in C. Oh boy, on to our final one. Waffles, man. Belgian waffles. I'm Belgian. It's definitely more of a dessert than a breakfast, but you definitely have it at breakfast. Oh, fuck, man. Yeah, I'm putting in an A. I'm gonna break my rule. I gotta do it for the waffle, man. I gotta. Okay, and there we go. That has been Breakfasts, the Joe Van edition. Break fast. I'm gonna keep it like that. I accidentally hit the cap locks, but that's okay. People get the idea. All right, moving on. We have TV show dads. This is not all the TV show dads, but this is a selection of them. There are some that I won't recognize, or ones where I might know who they are, but like I don't know enough of their character to say that they're a good dad or not. So we're just gonna get started. Bob's Burger. I've seen episodes here and there, but I've not followed the show entirely, so it's hard to say. But just because, like, I don't know the voice actor's name, but that guy who also voices Archer and other characters, he's a super cool dude. So I'm going to kind of go off of that vibe where it's like, if I had that man as my dad, how would I rate him? And honestly, I'd rate him pretty high. Not S, because I feel like he might be a pushover. Maybe being a pushover would put him lower. I'm going to put him in B. B is fair. Next, we have the dad of Kim Possible, I believe. Again, I've seen episodes, but not the whole series. I don't really know much about this guy, to be honest. I get the idea that he's not abusive or anything. His daughter's going on missions, though. I don't know. I might put this guy in C tier. He seems kind of reckless with his children. I feel like he's not putting parental locks on going off to stop terrorists or whatever the heck was going on in that show. Okay, this guy, I have no idea who he is. The people I don't know, I'm going to put him in D tier. I'm sorry, it doesn't mean that they're awful. We'll just think of D tier as bad / I don't know. Next, we have George Lopez from probably a self-named show. I don't know. He was the like monster bad guy in that Lava Girl and Shark Boy movie. I don't know him from much else. I unfortunately got to put him in I don't know. Okay. Next, we have Breaking Bad himself, Walter White. Very neglectful. However, this is not Walter White. This is the Malcolm in the Middle dad. And honestly, he kind of seems like not only the best dad ever, but the best husband ever. Everything about this guy just kind of screams GOAT. So I'm going to put him all the way up in S tier, straight up. Next, we got Jimmy's dad. He's got that neglect thing going, same as Kim Possible's dad. So do I put him higher? I think he should be equal because of that. Well, again, he seems really nice, though, but just not the best father figure, not the best role model. You know, he's kind of a goof, kind of a doofus. Doesn't do the best at, like, raising his child, you know? Okay, speaking of raising their children, the dad from that 70s show, I'm going to put him pretty high up. Is he S? No, because if he's not physically abusive, he's at least verbally abusive, and there are other ways to discipline a child than doing that, you know? Positive reinforcement, that kind of a thing, lead by example. Obviously, he was a busy working man, so it was hard to be around the house. But still, that's what drops him below the S. This man, I have no idea. My achy breaky heart, I have seen episodes on and off of the Hannah Montana show, but I don't really remember if he was a good dad or not. I'm gonna do a safe one, put him in C. You know, he might go higher than that. Well, I guess he gives motivational speeches and stuff. Yeah. I shouldn't put him next to these neglectful people. I'm gonna put him in B. Next to Bob. All right, Modern Family, I think, is where this guy's from, and I've not seen that show. So sorry, you go here. Holy, what kind of an image is this? This is the Rugrats' dad. I'm gonna put him in C. You know, it might just be the baby's perspective, but it kind of seems like he's not around the house that much. So C has just kind of turned into the well-meaning but neglectful father. This guy, no idea. This guy, no idea. This guy, he is a father, but for the protagonist in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he's the uncle. And so both as a father and an uncle, I should know his name. He's just Fresh Prince dad. He's going in S tier. This man's a legend. He was amazing at disciplining, at being a role model, at being there, being caring and loving. So he's a go for sure. This guy, no idea. Sorry, bro. Cannot tell. The dad in Arrested Development. This is interesting. Where should he go as far as being a dad? I don't know. I mean, sure, he seems like a cool dude, but it's kind of reckless, you know? I mean, their family's always in precarious situations, but maybe that's not necessarily his fault. I don't know. This is a hard one to judge. I think I'm gonna have to... I don't know. Does he go in C? I mean, he is involved in his son's life a lot. And he's keeping things together, right? So maybe he should even... No, it's just, it's too chaotic of a life, even if it isn't his fault. I'm going to put him in B. He's not neglectful. However, he could like move out of the state, try to do whatever it takes to just get away from his extended family to have a better life for his child. So, okay, now the father, Nigel Thornberry, from, I think it's called the Thornberries, the show. Watched the whole thing, but I don't have a lot of memories of it. He seems like a doofus. He's going to go in neglectful. He ranges the savannas of Africa. I'm pretty sure that's what they were doing. Their kids constantly run off and get into all kinds of crazy adventures. And so he's not the best dad ever. Okay, I've not seen this show, nor do I want it. Oh, what's this guy up to? Is there a show where he's a dad? He's a dad in what? Brooklyn Nine-Nine? I don't know. Where am I going to put him? He just seems like a great dude. Is he A? I think he's A. I think he puts in the effort. I think I'm remembering a specific episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine where he's doing some kind of project with his daughters, if that's correct. So I think he's a good dude. I think he's putting in the effort. He's putting in the work. Oh, the dad from the Proud Family. I believe he worked hard at being a dad and he was good. I don't think he was neglectful. Was he the best role model or was he a pushover? I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I think I'm going to play it safe and put him in B. This man, I have no idea. The dad of Timmy Turner, unfortunately, I'm gonna put him in C for neglectful. He might even go lower because him and his wife are constantly employing this babysitter woman who is sadistic against Timmy Turner. Sure, Timmy Turner is a brat, so it's like, but that comes from neglect, you know? That's usually what happens. Now we have the dad from That's So Raven and that other show. Someone in the White House, something like that, I'm pretty sure. He seems like a really good dad. Does he set his kids up to be in wacky situations? I don't think he does. So, where am I going to put him? I don't know if he's a goat, at least not in my eyes. Maybe it's because he showed up too late in the game of my childhood. I'm going to put him in A. I think he's a great dad. Yeah, so that's that standing. Okay, now we have this man. No idea. I'm looking at his face. I don't even think I know who that actor is. Is that Bob Saget? Because if so, he's also here. Both Bobs are going to go in D because I don't really know them as father figures, unfortunately. I might be wrong. I'm saying that could be someone else entirely. I don't know who that. It's just someone who's Bob Saget adjacent. I don't know. Okay, this is the dad from Even Stevens. I'm trying to think if he's neglectful. The kids get up to some wacky scenarios, but I don't think he's bad. But I don't think he's great. I'm going to put him in B. I think he's around. I think he cares. Yeah. And again, we got some big mouth crud. I got nothing to do with that. Okay. And there we have it. That was the TV Dads tier list. That's my version of it. Complete. Now let me just name this something weird and we'll move on. Okay. On to the next one, and that is N64 games. Okay, obviously there are a lot more N64 games than what you're about to see. However, even though I spent so many years playing on the N64, I didn't actually play that many games as far as what they had available. So I've played most games, but you guys might be surprised to find out how many stuff I put in the never played section. It's good that exists, by the way. I like how this is kind of customized. So starting off, we have Mario Party 3. I've definitely played. Was it memorable though? I don't know. I'm gonna put it in an average. Harvest Moon, unfortunately I've not played. Extreme Biker I might have, but I forget. Quest 64 might have, but I forget. Mario Party 2, we had this. It was good. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it had improvements from the first one. I just remember the first one more, so I'm gonna put this one in average. Bomberman, I did not play. Pro Skater, I did, but the N64 one was kind of wacky. Diddy Kong Racing. Okay, so I did play this one, and it was just not my cup of tea. Bruh. I got cousins who love this one, so they're not going to like me putting it in trash. I'm going to put it in A. It's okay. Perfect Dark. I was just too young for this game, you know? I couldn't get into it, and I was kind of scared, to be honest. So even though I did play like the first little bit, that can't be enough to actually determine. I got to put this in never played. Paper Mario. I remember playing this one and actually really liking it. I'm going to put it in great all around. Bad Fur Day, never played. Banjo-Tooie, I'm gonna put this in average. I think I prefer the first one. Mario Golf. I didn't play Mario Golf until GameCube. I didn't know there was an N64 version. Banjo and Kazooie 1. Let's go. This one goes in great all around. It wasn't one of the ones that, like, I mean, it had a killer soundtrack and a great art design, but as far as like me wanting to go back for the story, it wasn't there for it. It kind of creeped me out, but it was still so much fun that I just couldn't help but love it. Mario Tennis. Again, I didn't know that this was on the N64. I only played these more sporty ones on the GameCube. Okay, Kirby's something or other. Kirby 64, The Crystal Shards. I've seen speedruns of this, but I did not play it myself, so unfortunately I cannot rate it. But if I had played it, I would have said it was average, I think. Dr. Mario, I played this and it's trash. Can't believe it exists. It's Tetris. I mean, it might have some bells and whistles, but that's what it is. Come on. Yeah, F-Zero X, I have not played. No. If anything, I specifically remember wanting to play it, but it just, I don't know if it didn't exist at my local Rogers video, I don't know. Next, we have Pikachu. I had a cousin who played this, so I watched it being played, but I didn't play it myself. As I recall, you needed a specific controller for it to work, and I just didn't have that. Oh gosh, yeah, I remember this game. I rented it and did not like it. I can't even say what that... It's called Wave Race 64. Not a fan. Pokemon Snap. I enjoyed this one very much. I remember having dreams about it, about getting that elusive Mew. I think I did get Mew once, or saw someone get it once. I can't remember, it was so long ago. But this one's great all around, for sure. 1080, I remember playing this one. The 1080, whatever its sequel name is, that came out on the GameCube was great. This one, I'm gonna say is you know? It was almost great, but not quite. Doom 64, I have not played. Donkey Kong 64, of course. However, this is one of those ones that, like, I loved so much about it, and I just love Primates, I love Monkeys, but this one, it didn't touch me in the way that it had for other people. You know, it didn't have enough replayability for me specifically. The mechanics, whatever it is. Now, I don't even know what this one says, but you know I didn't play it. Pilot Wings 64. Okay. Mario, it almost looks like Mario Party 3, but it's not. This is Mario Party. Mario Party, janky as fuck, but fun as heck. So I'm going to put this one in great all around. Okay, here we go. You know it was coming. Super Smash Bros. Best of all time. Absolutely. Super Mario 64, best of all time. Get out of here. GoldenEye 007, again, I was a kid. First-person shooters, that stuff was pretty extreme, you know, for me. So I enjoyed playing it, but not as much as other people, clearly. I'm going to put this one in average. I know it's iconic. Please, don't shoot me with your paintball pistol while I have a gorilla head or whatever the heck was going on. That stuff was fun, but again, it just didn't do it for me. Pokemon Stadium. I remember having a lot of fun with this one. I'm going to put this in great all around. I was never a Pokemon kid, but I just remember specifically enjoying all of the mini-games and stuff that existed within that game. Pokemon Stadium 2, I've never played, I don't believe. Bruh. Or it was so similar to the first one that I would probably rank it the same. So I'll put it in not played, but you can imagine. Mario Kart 64, super janky. However, the memories... they can't be beat. I mean, there's so much fun, so much chaos. What it does to people, it gives you road rage. There's got to be studies done on road rage, what specifically that does to the brain, because it's something else. It is not comparable to other types of competition. And then we have Star Fox 64. This one's another GOAT. Very minimalist story, but it was one of those games that was extremely replayable. For that reason, it gets all the way up there. And then we have, we're starting with The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. This is the best of all time. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is also the best of all time. You can't see it now because of me. Let me move aside there. Look at that beauty. And then we have Yoshi's Story. I loved Yoshi's Story's themes. I loved its music. I enjoyed its gameplay. I never owned it, though. I borrowed it from my cousin, and I didn't get enough time with it. I'm going to put this one in great all around. And like maybe in another timeline where I owned it as a kid, it would be in the best of all time, but nonetheless. There you go. Look at that. Look at this beauty. I'm flying all over the place. But there you go. Nintendo games, it's just got that magic. And now, unfortunately, it's just nothing but remakes. I'd enjoy some new IPs. Splatoon was new, but that's one thing. What else you got? And also Star Fox. What happened to Star Fox? That was the N64 games tier list. And now we're moving on to, these are not Canadian specific, but the tier list name is Canadian fast food restaurants, or just fast food. So if you're from Canada, a lot of these will look familiar. From America, a lot of these will look familiar, but there might be some that aren't there. Also, the M with the golden arches and the maple leaf in the middle, that is just that is the default. I know that is the Canadian maple leaf, so obviously that's not the default, but I'd been to America a few times, and I was there recently, earlier this year, and I saw McDonald's, in Atlanta, and it didn't have that maple leaf thing in the middle, and I was like, this is wrong. It's missing something, That's the power of marketing, man. It's crazy, especially to a kid. But okay, so we're going to start with Arby's. This is the easiest F I've ever given in my life. It's trash. To anyone who likes it, what's wrong with you? Just go make a cold cut sandwich at home. It costs 10 times as less. The only thing that's got good going for it is curly fries, but other places have that. Okay, next is Harvey's. This one, I believe, is a Canadian-only chain restaurant. Harvey's is amazing. Let me just scroll up a little bit here. Does it belong in S, I wonder? Honestly, it's not like the best food I've ever had, but as far as fast food, yeah, I think it belongs in S, so I'm going to put it all the way up there. Mr. Sub, not so much. I've been to Subway, and it's whatever. It just has a lot of locations, and for that reason, I've barely touched Mr. Sub. I'm going to put Mr. Sub in D, unfortunately. Five Guys, it's good, but it's also kind of hard to find, at least from Burlington. I live in Toronto now, but I didn't really get that much exposure to it, so I don't even really think of this as a Canadian fast food restaurant, but it kind of is. It's very messy. It kind of gives you a being at a restaurant vibe. I'm going to put it in B. Yeah. DQ, you don't go to DQ for the fast food, you go for the blizzards. For the blizzards, it gets an S. For the actual food part of fast food, it goes an F. Its food is awful. Never go to DQ for food. Okay, next we have Little Caesars. I grew up with a Little Caesars a block away from my place, so that was my go-to pizza. I don't know if it is nowadays, but nostalgia is strong. I'm going to put Little Caesars in A. Next we have Wendy's. Wendy's is like a kind of a secret king. Gotta be honest. Their food is like weirdly good every time I go, but I never think to go to Wendy's. It's strange. So honestly, I'm gonna put Wendy's. Does it go above A? I think for its Frosties, it does. Or whatever it's called. I think it's called Frosties. It's delicious. Next we have Taco Bell. This is an easy F as well. Just gives you the shits. A&W. A&W is an easy S. Absolutely. Its food is top tier. I think that's another Canadian-specific fast food restaurant. The best. I think it might be better than Harvey's for me. Yeah. So does that mean Harvey's goes to A? I think it does. I'm going to move Harvey's down to A. Okay, just, withhold your screaming. But yeah, this is what it's going to look like now. Burger King. Burger King is an F, except, I don't know. I mean, sometimes I've had their food and it's been okay. I'm going to put it in E. It's below D, so it's still a fail, but it's just, it's in the limbo, I guess. Domino's is good. Domino's, yeah, I'll put it in B. It's got good stuff. Is it the best? Actually, maybe it's on par with Little Caesars. Yeah, Domino's is good. It's good. Yeah. Subway. I've eaten Subway. I eat Subway. Is it good? No, it's trash. But it's just convenient. It's just one of those things. I'm going to put Subway in C. KFC. KFC is bad for you. But again, it's quick, convenient. But I try to stay away from it. I'm going to put it in D. Not quite the limbo. Not quite the fail. But it's just something I try to avoid. But I'll still eat it and enjoy it. McDonald's. It's hard to get away from McDonald's. I'm going to put McDonald's in B. It's extremely passable. It's extremely easy to get to. There's tons of locations. It's got good enough stuff. Doesn't always give you the shits. So for that reason, I keep it in B. Now, you might be saying, what the heck? Nothing's here. Surprise! New York fries. Why put this in Canadian fast food? I guess because we have it in Canada. It's good. I think it's like Five Guys good. I think they got equal kind of pairing as far as quality. It kind of gives you that restaurant vibe. But moving on, Pizza Hut. Super cheap. Also super convenient. I'm going to put it below Little Caesars and Domino's on the pizza scale, but still good. Goes in B. P to Pit. I just had P to Pit 2 days ago. It was scrumptious. Recommend to everyone. Is it S-worthy, though? I don't know. I'm going to play it safe and put it in A for now. Okay, Tim Hortons. It's hard to get away from Tim Hortons. I got to tell you, Timmy's is iconic. For that reason, it goes higher than maybe it should. Because they don't have the best stuff, but they got the most passable stuff. I think I'm going to put... I mean, I'm sure there's tons of Canadians that say it's absolute trash and they'll put in F, but I'm gonna wiggle it between A and B, not really knowing where it's gonna land. I'm gonna put it in B. Tim Hortons gets a B from me. Toppers Pizza. I don't know about Toppers. Is Toppers great or is it okay? I like Toppers. I just don't have enough experience with it. I'm gonna put it on par. Yeah, I'm gonna put above Pizza Hut. On par with Domino's and Little Caesars. When it comes to pizza, stuff like this might make some people scream with rage at my ratings, but just gotta live with it. And next we got Mucho Burrito. Mucho Burrito. It's very good. I don't necessarily know how different it is comparatively to the other burrito places. And also there are other burrito places in Canada, so I don't know why this is the only one in this list. But I love burritos, and for that reason, I'm gonna put the burrito all the way up in S tier. It's delish. Can't get enough burritos. And there you go. That is my Canadian fast food tier list. Food. Oh, bam. Okay, I don't know if you guys are ready for this one. This is one of the divisive tier lists, and that is ice cream flavors. This is the one I took the most amount of time scrolling between the different pre-made tier lists that people have made and chose this one. This is the most minimalist one, and it took me a while before finally saying, okay, this is the one I'm going to use to rate my ice cream flavors. And that's because when you get more flavors, it just starts to muddy the water a bit. It's too long for something that's so simple as an ice cream flavor, and yet also ice cream flavors are just, there's something divisive about it. It's just politics for people. I don't know why. Like, starting off with mint chocolate chip, I'm putting this guy all the way up in S tier, and I've seen several people on Twitter put it like in a hard F, like they've created a new list below it to put it there. And it's like, I don't get those people. Straight up. I love mint chocolate chip. Okay, so now we're in a weird situation. Dinosaur Crunch, I have no idea what that is. I have to assume that's either a UK flavor or an American flavor. I don't know what it is. Should I rate it like something like cotton candy maybe? Because that's not on this list. I'm gonna do that. You guys use your imagination. I'm gonna put it, let's go a safe C. C is one of those places where as a child you loved it, as an adult not so much, but still you respect it. That's how I'm gonna treat C. Okay, chocolate. This one I'm gonna put in B because I do still go for it from time to time, but it was one of those chocolate flavors where you're like, let's go, it's chocolate. Vanilla goes with things. However, vanilla on itself, I'm gonna put in D. Can't just have it on its own. I'm not one of those people that has a scoop of vanilla ice cream with a chocolate cake. Rainbow sherbet, 100%. That is a flavor I had as a kid, but no longer have. And honestly, if I were to have it now, I would like it. I'm just not gonna go out of my way to spend money to get that flavor, you know? Okay, cookie dough. Again, as a kid, loved this. Nowadays, just don't really go for it. But if it were to like appear on my lap, I would have it. Strawberry, I've never liked. And, you know, it's I'm part of the majority when it comes to that. Most people don't understand people who like it. However, I'm not going to discriminate against you if you like it. If you like it, that's great. Cookies and cream. I'm going to respect cookies and cream, and I'm going to put it in B. Next, butter pecan. I'm going to put in D. Double chocolate. Now we're talking. I'm going to put double chocolate in A. Let's go. Rocky Road. I've never understood Rocky Road. What is it? I never choose it, but I'm pretty sure it has everything I like. I don't know. I'm gonna put in B just because like it's still kind of an enigma to me. Now Moose Tracks, that's basically your peanut butter and chocolate selection. You know, when in doubt, I go for Moose Tracks. So that's gonna go in A. Next, pistachio. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why pistachio is on here. That seems extremely niche. I've never had it before. At least I don't think. I can imagine it's good, but I'm not going out there to choose it, so I'm going to put it in D. Banana, it's an easy F. What the hell? And then coffee. What is coffee? I've never seen just coffee as one before. I've seen mocha, I've seen frappuccino, I've seen weird flavors like that, and I enjoy coffee flavored things. So honestly, I'm gonna put this all the way up in A tier. There you go. You know, I'm sorry if I've just made an enemy out of you, but that's my selection when it comes to ice cream flavors. Bam. Okay. Now let's move on to types of drinks. Again, this is one of those. Actually, no. When it comes to types of drinks, I don't think there's any discrimination. There's no polarization. It's not the same as ice cream flavors. This one is pure. People just like what they like, and they don't dislike people who dislike what they. At least the discourse I've ever seen on drinks is that everyone's respectful. So, with that in mind, let's begin. Gatorade, it's okay. I've got a spotty pass with Gatorade. I'm gonna put in C. Lemony drinks, I go for it time and again, honestly. But I don't know if that would put it in A. I'm gonna put it in B. Fruit punch, similar to Gatorade. I'm gonna put it in C. I enjoy it from time to time, but you know, it might just be like a kid thing now where I don't have it all that much. Water's S. Water's God tier. Water is how we were created tier. Get out of here. Lemonade, oh, it's very situational. On a hot day, forget about it. I'm gonna put it with B. Milk. I don't really go for milk. As a kid, there's something about milk. It had like an aftertaste. It was weird. It's hard to describe. I would have milk with my cereal. I would make myself some chocolate milk using chocolate syrup and milk and stir it. But I don't think I like milk, to be honest. Next, energy drinks. I shouldn't like energy drinks. I use it to survive, but I use it probably more than other people. So I'm going to put it in B tier. Next, grape juice. This is the same as fruit punch. I feel like it should just be called juice, you know? Iced tea. I think I like iced tea more than lemonade. I think I've had it on more occasions because it's less situational. Sparkling water. I grew into sparkling water once I started drinking alcohol. Now I don't drink alcohol, but I'll drink sparkling water. Citrus sodas. That is just lemon lime sodas. Like, is it supposed to be orange pop? It's okay. Yeah, put it in B. Colas. I drink it, but I'm trying to wane off it. Honestly, I think it goes in A. But I gotta get off that shit, man. I got a 6-pack of mini Diet Pepsis, because I was like, instead of just going cold turkey, maybe I'll try some like wacky version of it. And like, I don't think there's anything stopping me from getting another pack next time I go grocery shopping.
Bruh.
Need help, guys. Okay, chalky milk. Growing up, we didn't buy chalky milk. We had to make it ourselves, as I was describing earlier with the milk. So it was a rare occurrence whenever I got to enjoy one of these things on a special occasion, like going to a friend's house or something. This shit is fire. I'm going to put this in A. Give me some of that chalky milk. Okay, root beer. And they use the A&W root beer. This A&W root beer is GOAT, but you have to have it sparingly because it's special. If you don't treat it sacred, if you just have it every day, it'll lose its magic. So, you know, I'm putting it next to water, but water is like a 15 times a day thing. Root beer is like a 3 times a year kind of thing, you know? Next, apple juice. Never liked apple juice. Gross. But I still appreciate it. And I did have it on occasion, but like, it's never my go-to. Powerade is just Gatorade, isn't it? Or is it better? Nah, come on. They put Coca-Cola and Pepsi beside each other, so I gotta do the same with Gatorade and Powerade. I can't put one above the other. Orange juice. Heck yeah. I'm gonna put orange juice up in A, maybe a bit higher. I eat oranges though, but I'll still count that as juice. So that's like a regular thing I have. Orange soda, not so much. I'm gonna put orange soda in C. Like, I'll still have it, but sparingly. It's definitely more of a childhood thing. Next, tea and coffee. They both go in S tier. They're both goats in my mind. I'm not a one or the other. Dog or a cat. I choose both. And there we go. That was my Drinki list. Boom. All right, we're nearing the end. There's 2 lists left. Are you guys ready? And maybe screaming, what the hell just happened? As soon as my page turned to this. There's a bunch of don't knows that I have pre-put in here. Because for a long time, I was looking through this video game character tier list and being like, okay, what's a good one I can choose? And this one had like the least amount and the most recognizable to me, but it still had a lot of unknowns. So there's a bunch here where like I'll know what video game they're from, but I don't know them, you know? What's a good example of that? Splatoon. It's like I know what that is, but I've never played the games. I don't know the character on a personal level. Same with this Nier Automata thingamajig. It's like I know it exists thanks to the internet, but I've never played the games. I don't know the character. So the stuff you'll see in here is just a collection of people I genuinely don't know, or that I know of them, but that's not enough to judge them. Okay, so starting off, we're gonna go Kid Icarus. And while I've never played the game, I have played Super Smash Bros. Brawl, the Subordinate, I forget what that was called, the Emissary, I don't know. Whatever that campaign mode that was in there, I'm gonna base Kid Icarus off of that. So that might not be a good depiction of this person's true character, but based on that judgment, Kid Icarus is pretty cool. So I'm gonna put this guy not in D. I'm gonna put him in B. I think he's vibing, you know? He's got a good thing going on. Okay, next we got the Wii character. You might be thinking, what do you know about the Wii Fit character? And the thing is, not much, but that's actually kind of all you need to know that it goes in D. There's nothing in that character. Why was it put in here? Okay, you got Lil Mac. Again, this is just based off of Super Smash Bros. Lore. Lil Mac is a cool dude, honestly. Perseveres. He fights to the very end. I'm gonna put Lil Mac beside Kid Icarus. Maybe a bit higher. All there is that we know of this character is that he is extremely hardworking and he is determined to win at the sport of his choosing. Now we got Sonic. Sonic, I'm gonna put Sonic in C, you know? Don't at me, bro. Pac-Man. Pac-Man consumes. So maybe that, you know, is not enough to this dude. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in D. Sorry, Pac-Man. Monkey Ball, it's similar in that Monkey Ball is a one-track mind, but he's cute, so I'm gonna put him in C. Mario, my man. Listen, Mario's a complex character. In the words of Chris Pratt, it's a Mario. Mario's chillin'. Mario's kinda goat, you know? For sure he's simping a bit, but honestly, I think that's a good trait. It's only a bad trait once the simps become incels, you know? So Mario, he's a good carrot, you know? He's a good tomato. I'm gonna put him up there. Okay, Rayman or something like that. I played the video games as a kid. I don't remember his character too much, other than he was quippy. Now we got Mac-Man. Fuck. Maybe I should put him in I don't know. Yeah, I already regret trying to judge this guy. He goes in I don't know. Okay, Solid Snake. I've not played the games, but I've seen an hour's worth of YouTube videos describing this character and what he goes through. He's a complex individual. Also, he is one of many snakes. So I don't know which one this is specifically. This is probably the latest snake. He's a complex character. He's done some bad things, but also some good things. So we root for him. For that reason, I'll put him in B. And then we have this dude. I don't know if this is Belmont, but I watched the show Castlevania, so I'd like to think I know something about the Belmont family. Let's assume that this is just one of those guys. So again, complex character. How high should he go? I think there's a lot of growth with this individual. I think there's a lot of determination, a lot of heartbreak, and a lot of perseverance. For that, we're going to put him in A. He's admirable. Next, we have the Witcher man himself. I have not played the video games. I've watched the show. Obviously, there's a lot of drama about that right now, how Henry Cavill will be leaving, spoilers. And so, based off of the show, even though it wasn't too true to character, the Witcher dude seems cool, seems complex, seems very morally gray. I'm going to put him in B. Now we got, Fox McCloud or McCloud. Let's do one of the clouds. Let's get the Cloud McCloudington here. This guy seems cool enough. Maybe doesn't seem like the coolest character in that whole story, but he is like the protagonist, the leader character, whatever. I'm going to give him a B as well. Now we got DK Donkey Kong. Okay. This boy's just trying to live his life. He's a cool dude. Do I put him up with S? I think I would put Diddy Kong in S. DK, I'm going to put him in A. Okay, Spyro. Spyro, you son of a gun. I'm going to put Spyro in C. He's another quippy boy, but he's not necessarily a good guy. I mean, I just played all three of the games recently, and he's he's a jerk at points, He's kind of a weirdo. I wouldn't put him in D, but I would not put him above C. And next we have Kratos. Kratos is complex. Complex goes in B. I wouldn't put him out, like, even though he's cool, the cool factor isn't enough to push him past all the way up to A. Link, my boy. This is a nostalgia bias. This is an image of Link from Breath of the Wild. I would put that Link in A. I'm putting Link in general as a character in S. And I'm thinking in my heart of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. That Link goes in S. Now, this is Nathan Drake, I believe, from the Uncharted series. I also played that recently. He's a cool dude, but also, honestly, he's kind of whack. He lied to his wife in the 4th game. It's kind of fucked up, you know? I'm gonna put him in C. I think he's got a lot of learning to do. Next, we have The Last of Us man, Joel, I believe. Caved in head Joel, so that's kind of dark, but it's ultimately what happens to him. This is a tortured soul. I'm gonna put him in A. I think he's very morally gray. He is cool, but he's also redemptive as fuck. He kind of is an asshole. He kind of sacrificed the whole world so that he could have a daughter, you know? Should he go lower than A? I don't know. There's just so much to him, you know? And plus, this is about, like, my favoritism, not necessarily a good person. So I'm going to put him in A. Yeah. We got this rabbit fucker. I hate this piece of shit. Get the hell out of here. I'm putting you in D. Okay, now we just have a general Assassin's Creed person. I'm going to put a general Assassin's Creed person in C. If it was, like, is that supposed to be Ezio, I think, who is the guy from Assassin's Creed 2? But whatever, I put him in C. Okay, next we have Banjo, and he's holding a dude. It's not showing Kazooie, but we can assume it's Banjo and Kazooie. Banjo and Kazooie are good people. I'm going to put them in B. They're just out there trying to save little sis. For that reason, it's very admirable. Okay, next we have Master Chief. Is using the Halo 4 E3 trailer Master Chief, because this is not the actual final helmet that made it into Halo 4. I know too much about Halo, as you can tell. Master Chief is a goat. There was recently a video done by Ascent Hyperion where he explains how the understanding people had about Master Chief becoming more complex in Halo 4 is kind of not true. It's a misunderstanding a lot of audiences, gamers have with that character. The Master Chief in the show is awful. He's D tier. Or worse, he's F. But the Master Chief from the games and books is an absolute goat of a character, super stoic, full of regrets from the actions he's made, but also uncompromising, and he just pushes forward to save humanity and get the job done. He is an absolute role model, if ever I've seen one. Next, you have Samus from Metroid. I've played the Metroid Prime games, 1, 2, and 3, and I haven't played anything else. I'm going to put Samus in A. What do I know about Samus? She's an orphan. There's a metal dragon that's trying to kill her in space. She's extremely intelligent, but not much else. For that reason, can't quite put her in S, but she's a great character. Love her character. We got this guy whose name I forget from Grand Theft Auto 5. He's not the best dude, to be honest with you. So far, I've been putting people in D that are just annoying and characterless. So this is going to be the first D I put in here of someone who has a complex character, but he's just a piece of shit. So there you go. Next, we have Kirby. Not much to Kirby's character other than just fun-loving and wants to do the right thing. And honestly, for that reason, I'm going to put Kirby in B. That's right next to Banjo, you know? Well-intentioned, great soul. Next, we got Fox. Fox is very complex. Fox has a lot going on in his life. He's got a dad that he misses very much, and he works hard. I'm gonna put him in A. Fox is a cool dude. I preferred Fox's face design from the Star Fox Adventure, even though that was kind of a whack game, and the model that they use in Super Smash Bros. Melee. That is my preferred Fox face, and we've just not had that face since. Instead, we got this kind of squish-in face. Makes Fox look like a pug.
What the dog doing?
Do not prefer this face, but the character deserves an A. Next, we got Pikachu. Pikachu's just an animal. A lovely animal, but an animal nonetheless. I'm going to put Pikachu in C. We got Ness. I only know Ness from, the tail from Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I'm going to put Ness in C. Next, we got Falcon Punch. I'm going to put Falcon in C. I think he's like a well enough person, but not much else aside from his love for racing. Again, I'm sure there's like more lore out there, but that's the impression that I get. Okay, we got the Half-Life 2 scientist. I've not played the Half-Life games, but I've seen the stories on YouTube, and kind of since then I've forgotten. But this scientist guy seems like a well enough dude. I'm gonna put him in B tier. Okay, we got Lara Croft. It's the new character model, but we can just assume every Lara Croft. Lara Croft, I am gonna put honestly in C, especially because of the last games. Lara Croft is kind of reckless, and she's kind of fucking shit up. Like, I don't know, she might be she's like Team America. She's a detriment to the world. Like, her exploring just leads to worse things happening. Now we got Scorpion. Scorpion is a cool dude. Get over here and what have you. Based on Scorpion's persona in the movie that came out recently, I forget if it was 2021 when it came out, that Scorpion, I'm gonna put in B tier, honestly. If it was just like based on the older video games, it would probably be a C, but yeah. Now we got this screaming smoker voice guy from Gears of War. I've played the games, but I honestly forget his name. We'll put him in C. We got this Aussie. I forget the name of the game, but I played them when I was a kid, and he's a cool dude. That's all you need to get into B for me. I'm gonna put him in B, straight up. I think his name's Ty. He's a cool dude. All right, now you got this worm creature. I'm gonna put him in D. I think the design's ugly. I don't like this thing. Okay, now we got the Doom guy. Doom guy is gonna go next to Gears of War guy. It's not much to the character. The Villager. The Villager is who you make. A blank slate. I'm gonna put the Villager in C. Spider-Man. You know what Spider-Man is. Spider-Man goes in S. Spider-Man's a beloved character. That's all there is to it. Now we have Batman, because I'm Batman. Quoting every Batman movie ever. Batman, I'm gonna put in A. You know, well-intentioned, usually doesn't kill, tragic backstory, wants to do good. There you go. And that is my video game protagonists tier list. Let's cap this thing off. Okay. Finally, we have Scents and Smells tier list. This one's gonna be weird. Or is it? I think this is going to be very easy. S, A, S, A. I do not like it. Fuck that gasoline, bro. Don't do it to me. This is almost like a... It's not really guilty because of the vanilla here, but the other two are definitely guilty ones. Fresh rolls. Hell yeah. Roses? Fine. Skunks? You know, just a little below marijuana. Wet dog, I like. Guilty. Guilty is charged. What was this, garlic? Yeah, garlic. It's fine. Popcorn? Hell yeah, let's go. Cinnamon is good. These things, whatever. Oranges, sure. Yeah, I'm not really in it for the scent, but it's fine. These pine guys, for sure. Yeah. Mowed lawn. It's a mix of gas and grass. Yeah. Sweat, gross. Vapoo rub, whatever? No, maybe I'll put it in B. Markers, heck yeah. Coffee, get me now. Nail polish, it's like a skunk, I guess. Clorox, I'll put in D. I don't really smell Clorox. Disinfectant wipe, kind of unenjoyable. Powder, it's whatever. New car, for sure. I'm gonna put that in S actually. Glue. Put it down here with inconvenient. Tennis balls. Oh yeah. I'll put that in A. Play-Doh. Put that in B. I guess this is just paint. It's whatever. Well, actually, yeah, whatever. Swimming pool. Let's go. Swimming pool. I'm gonna put an S. It's hard to see now. Let me move myself over. Books, for sure. Love that. Fresh books. Rain. Oh, love the smell of rain. And bacon, of course. Oh, mwah. God. Scents and Smells. You gotta love it. That was probably the easiest one I've ever done. Okay. Anyway, there we go. Kind of a quick ending to it all, but that has been my marathon of tier list madness from me, your boy, Joe Van. So, of course, thank you guys, as always, for watching. I wish you nothing but love in your life, and ask you to remember to keep on thinking. And judging, I guess, if you're doing tier lists. So, until next time, ciao for now. Peace.
John Zana here. Thank you for watching the JoeVan.com. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you do, all your dreams will come true. I like ice cream. All hail Canada. Bye bye.